I couldn't get another background up.
Grand Rising, amazing people. It's your girl here, Amanda Sapp with Amazing 102.5 FM. You do good through good station where we're changing lives one listener at a time. I'm excited. I'm always excited about amazing guests that we get to bring on our airways. First, let me tell you just a little bit about her. She's a powerhouse in both business and community impact. She's a media figure, a speaker, and the visionary founder and CEO of Creed Global Media and the International Entertainment Partnership, where she's helping expand Houston's entertainment landscape and uplifting creatives everywhere. She's passionate about women supporting women and teaching leaders what it really takes to grow and scale their brands. Please welcome onto our amazing airwaves, Centrell Reed, also known as Creed. Grand Rising.
Hey, great day. How's it going? Always a pleasure to be on set with you, Amanda.
I'm glad to have you on our airwaves this morning. And before we even get started, give me 3 words that best describe you.
Passionate, focused, and results-oriented.
I love that. Again, welcome to the Amanda Sapp Morning Show. And I'm going to get right into it as it relates to women empowerment. What does a women supporting women look like in action to you? And how has it shaped your own journey?
Well, I would say, one, starting with family, I have a number of just amazing supportive women who have shaped the foundation of what it looks like to show up. Starting with my grandparents, both of my grandmothers are still living, 89 and 96, and in their right minds, and still, leading by showing you exactly how to get things done. And I believe it's really important for leadership to be a guide, right? And I also think there's a lot of collaboration that goes along with supporting one another. My mom, my sister, also very great support. So I see that from the family, moving that into what I do with Creed Global Media, building those relationships with women, helping them to excel in the spaces that they want to excel. Also having that firm hand to say, you have to actually level up to do the things that you want. It's not a handout. It is a gentle nudging, sometimes an even more firm nudging to say, hey, you've got to get it in gear. You've got to show up. You've got to do the things, and then you expect to get it back. And then I would say also in the community, not just leading the organizations I lead, yet I also see that there's so many women that are at the forefront of all the initiatives. And the thing that I like to add inside of leadership is, while there is a leader and there's a guide, there's also collaboration. So making sure that you are supporting people in the things that they're doing, making sure that you're working together, you're linking arms, you're not having a siloed approach to the way that you do business or the way you show up for one another. And that, to me, is what it looks like to support women. Right.
Let's talk about your Houston Entertainment Initiative. What inspired you to expand the Houston Entertainment Initiative, and what's your vision for its impact?
Well, I started Creed Global Media in a studio in the Galleria in 2018. So it's been 7.5 years. And I thought this is going to be it. Video production. Didn't see a lot of it in Houston, not surprising. And a number of people were coming through the studio and they were like, this is the largest studio that we have in Houston. Why is that? And when are we going to get some more sound stages? When are we going to get studios that you can do feature films in, or any large size project, right? And at this point, it could be anything, production, gaming, etc. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Well, Creed Global Media jumped into streaming, and we continue to grow in that space where we're monetizing content for our clients. And it is TV shows, it's film, it is any type of programming. Audio, we're looking into sports, radio, because we know people aren't going to websites to watch radio or listen to radio anymore. There's so many things we were doing. And I said, well, let me go to the city and talk to them about what they're doing to answer some of these questions that I'm getting, right? I'm new in these streets. I've been in the Atlanta streets and the LA streets yet. I'm new in these streets. So let me see what's going on. And I actually met with our mayor at the time, and he said, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I need your help. Right? I run the city. I need someone to run entertainment. I need someone to bring entertainment together. And I was like, sure, I have a studio. Let me do that. So we had a town hall between Austin and Houston Film Commission here in Houston, and a whole host of people came out. And I said, hey guys, we need to build the community. Let's be the space for oversight. Let's be the space to make doing business in Houston easy. We know it's not easy for us, so we definitely have to navigate those people coming from the outside. And that's how we started in 2019, February of 2019, the first meeting at Cree Global Media Studios, we birthed the International Entertainment Partnership. We grew a board, we grew an advisory board. We started looking at the things that we needed a pipeline for students from high school all the way through college into the job market right here in Houston so that they don't leave, giving them workforce opportunities as well as financial opportunities through the scholarships and the project grants and education and programming, partnering with our community partnered organizations that were already in the trenches doing entertainment work. And so that's what inspired me to do it. And what keeps it going is it's still a gap. Houston has to market itself better. And we also have to bring all of our resources in this 700 square miles together, which is a task in and of itself. And we do a really good job of that with the events and the experiences that we create, doing the different partnered organization events, education. And we have our Houston Emerging Icon Fund that anyone can donate to make sure that they're supporting this effort. We just received SB 22, $1.5 billion to bolster up Texas. Yet let's not forget that Houston is the biggest city in this state. So we need to make sure that we're putting our resources where we want them to be. That's how other cities and states did it. They came together, they put their money behind the things they believed in. So that's what inspires me to do it and to keep going. In the next few years, Houston is going to be formidable when it comes to Houston entertainment. And I would be happy to say that we were at the forefront of that.
Let's talk about scaling business and brands for just a moment here. What are some of the common mistakes entrepreneurs make when trying to grow too fast?
Well, I think growing too fast is more about capacity, right? Because as long as you have the capacity, then growth is not too fast. Everyone is learning as they go. It is a done, not perfect process, right? When you are marketing properly and you've got your sales structure in place, then let the growth come. What you do need to do is make sure that your processes are elevating and they are evolving so that you can support that growth, that your team is growing and evolving so that you can support that growth. Making sure that the revenue is not just something you put in your pocket, you're reinvesting it in the company, and you're also helping your team members to find new places and spaces to add value within the company and allowing them to grow in what would be careers. 97% of small businesses fail within the first 3 years, which means it's a revolving door, right? So every 3 years, you essentially have new businesses coming in, yet it's the largest workforce. Even though you have all of these big companies and they employ thousands of people, small businesses still employ more collectively. So that means that what you're looking at is businesses of 1, businesses of 2 to 5, sometimes 10, yet not much more than that in the first 3 years. So really, when you have that instant growth or you found yourself a place in the market that everyone just drives to, then that means you did something right with the marketing. You did something right with the sales, which are the 2 components in business that when you don't have it, that's what happens in 3 years. You lose your business, right? You need to build and scale with capacity. Don't be afraid to bring on resources that duplicate or even elevate your efforts, because that's some of the mistakes people make. They want to do it all themselves.
Let's talk about personal and legacy. Now, you're a media figure, speaker, and business leader. What role feels most natural to you and which stretches you the most?
That's a great question. Speaking comes naturally to me. Communicating comes naturally to me. I typically like to do it one-on-one because that's just my comfort zone. I think that comes from being in a family. We're fellowshipping family. We do a lot of communicating. Being a media figure, I probably would say, is the one that stretches me the most. Most people don't believe me when I say it, yet my intention was never to be in front of the camera. Everything that I've done all the way up to starting my business, or when I had a radio show right before my business, I was helping behind the scenes. I was catapulting behind the scenes. I was making sure to energize efforts for other people. And I was absolutely happy with that. Being in front of the camera takes a whole nother set of energy. There's typically a lot of butterflies going on. You can't think straight. You're trying to get all of your points right. You have to look right on camera. Those were none of the things that I wanted to be doing on a regular basis. And I would say it probably stretches me the most. Being a leader, I've always been. I am the oldest sibling of four, so always led. I mean, since a teenager. So not a stretch for me at all. Yeah, that being in front of the camera and being in front of people and people having an opinion, not that they don't already, yet more people having an opinion about what you do and how you do it, and wanting to work with you for reasons that may not be aligned with what you're doing. It takes on a whole nother thing. Legacy, though, for me is making sure that I leave an example for my siblings. I leave something for my parents that shows that they did a great job, right? The legacy is that they continue and they do way more than I've ever done. So,
When you think about the next 5 to 10 years with the legacy you want to work with in Houston, how do you see it evolving? How do you see Houston evolving in that next 5 to 10 years?
well, and this will be a shameless plug. In the next 5 to 10 years, and hopefully even more immediate, I see the International Entertainment Partnership being the largest entertainment chamber of commerce that we have here in Houston. It is the go-to chamber. It is the place that people come when they're coming into our city and they want to do film projects. They want to do TV projects. They want to do anything with esports gaming. They want to bring the community to the table. They're going to come to IEP. They want to make it easy to do business in Houston, whether it's permits, it's insurance, it's understanding who the players are in craft services or directors or producers, actors, models, any of those 9 sectors of entertainment that we serve. We want to make it easy for people to come in, do business, and hire our people. And it would be a mandate for them to hire local, in order for them to have access to those services. The Houston Entertainment Initiative will be on everybody's tongues, right? We will have a full executive staff. I would say an executive director, which, should you be an executive director and you want to be a part of a nonprofit that is moving, shaking, and also groundbreaking, make sure that you reach out to us. You can reach us at info@iepgreaterhou.org. An executive director that has future forward thoughts on the vision of what Houston can be and can work well with me in that space. That we will have a fully fledged volunteer organization that is fueling all of the things and coming with the ideas. That you'll see the soiree that's coming up on September the 20th, that it will be flooded with our civic leaders, our industry elite, a full display of 9 sectors of entertainment, and that it would raise millions of dollars to support the industry and the projects that happen here. I believe that you should be supported at home first before you have to go out. Unfortunately, it's happening the other way around. Our people have to leave to get business, to get jobs, to be able to do continuous work. And when I say leave, they also leave the city. They go to Austin, they go to Dallas, other places like that. They should be able to stay here. So the next 5 to 10 years, I look for everyone to be looking at the IEP to partner with our city government, our businesses, and our creative community to make sure that things are done well and right for the entertainment community. And Creek Global Media will be a multi-billion-dollar company that is streaming and doing strategic comm marketing and media all over the globe. That we are in sports and we're in radio and a whole host of other entertainment, streaming direct to smart TVs for our clients and making sure that they are visible in the marketplace.
Centrell Reed, thanks so much for being my guest here today on the Amanda Sapp Morning Show. Really appreciate you, your time, and all that you're putting out into the world.
Oh, thank you. I hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey guys, look, stay tapped